Hi, this is Karisma here. Today we'll be painting the simple beautiful landscape. Let's begin. First, I'm going to outline the main objects of our painting, the moon and the land. I'm using a circular object to create the perfect circle, and next I'm drawing the land as a slanting wavy line. I'm using Buncho oil pastels to create the background. First, I'm using white color oil pastels to create a glow around the moon. So, gently scrub around the circumference of the circle. After this, I'm going to be using light blue color oil pastel. Just use the light blue color around the white glow. Gently scrub on the surface of the paper. You don't have to give much pressure. Just make sure that you don't go too close to the moon because we want the whitish glow around the moon. After this, I'm using the same color, blue color oil pastel. I'm giving some pressure and coloring around our previous layer of blue color oil pastel. This is the very same shade. I want to make sure that there are no gaps. You will understand later why, because we aim to create a gradient in the sky. Okay, we're done. Next, we're using a dark blue shade. I'm going to be lightly scrubbing as we did in our previous time. I'm just going to be lightly scrubbing around the light blue shade, and after this I'm using the same shade and giving a lot of pressure on my crayon, so I make sure that there are no gaps. Later I will be blending the light blue and the dark blue so it doesn't seem like different segments. So what I'm doing is I'm using the light blue shade and coloring inside the dark blue area to create like a gradient. As you can see, it creates like a mid-tone between the light blue and the dark blue. After this, I'm using the same dark blue shade just to create like a gradient. You can switch between the two colors. This applies for any background. After this, I'm using the white color oil pastel and painting into the light blue area zone. I'm coloring into that area. After this, I'm going to start the blending. You can blend with your hands, with Q-tips, or you can use tissue paper. My favorite way is to use tissue paper to blend because it's less messy and it's really effective compared to the other three. Now we are going to color the snow area. Snow can be blue, grey or pink. So I've started with the blue shade. Next, I'm going to use the grey color oil pastels, and then I'm switching to the pink color. We're going to leave the top part white color, and then we're going to blend. Make sure that you don't touch the top area of the land because we want to give the snow effect. After this, I'm using my pencil to outline a tree. I find it easier to outline first before filling in the area because sometimes my branches turn out a bit unsatisfactory than what I would like it to be. So after this, I'm going to be filling in the tree with either black color acrylic pen, or you can use acrylic paint. I'm using paint because I don't have pens with me. You can use whichever you like. Make sure that the tree branches are thinner towards the end and thicker at the area where the branches begin. So I'm currently painting all the branches, filling in the trunk of the tree, and then as you come towards the end portion, you need to draw like thin wavy lines near the foot of the tree so you signify the roots. Yes, so this part, instead of giving like the same shape, like maybe you can draw like thin wavy lines so it looks as though it looks a bit realistic. After this, I'm going to be drawing a few trees in the background. Make sure that it is smaller than the one in front because these trees are far behind. I'm just going to be drawing 3 simple pine trees. After this, I'm using a Q-tip. I dipped it in pink color acrylic paint and I'm going to be painting the leaves. I really like the pink color because it elevates the artwork a lot. It's one of my favorite colors to use in paintings. So this is going to be the leaves. After this, I'm going to be painting the edges of the leaves with white color because the reflection of the moon is going to be hitting the leaves, so there's going to be white color edges. The Q-tip is really beginner friendly and it's a really easy way to paint the leaves. Okay, after this I'm using grey color acrylic paint. As you know, the moon is greyish white color, so I'm filling the remaining areas with white color acrylic paint and like mixing it with my brush so there's a greyish white effect. You can use the Q-tip to like mix it up so it doesn't look patchy. After this, I'm gonna be highlighting the tree with white color. What I did here was that I highlighted the area of the tree with white color and then I gently mixed it with the black color of the trunk. So later on, if you see in the picture, there will be like a light brownish shade that I really liked. After this, I'm using my brush to add some details like twigs and like tiny branches, and that's it, we're done.